The longer that you're in business, the more likely it is that you're eventually going to break something at a customer's property. And in today's video, I want to walk you through exactly what you need to do immediately after an accident like this occurs. I'm also going to give you an example of a company that did not do the right thing and ultimately what happened to them. But spoiler alert, if you fail to do the right thing, you will be fired and you will get a bad reputation in the community, because if there's one thing that's for certain, it's that when a customer has a bad experience, they will tell everybody that they know about it. They'll tell friends, they'll tell family, and anybody else who will listen what happened and why they should never go with your company. But we're giving away 2 MacBooks to 2 premium or platinum subscribers of QuoteIQ this month. So if you need help keeping up with customers, sending estimates, invoices, or collecting payments, check out QuoteIQ linked in the comment section and the description of this video. Also, if you're looking to start a pressure washing business, but you're not sure what chemicals to use, how to mix them, how to clean every surface on a residential job site, property protection, or how to set up your equipment, check out the How to Wash course. It'll be the first link in the comment section and the description of this video. Now, I recently filmed a video documenting a day in the life of a painting company, and in that video, they were pressure washing a commercial building in order to get it prepped for paint. Now, during the pressure washing process, one of the employees thought that he had shattered a glass window to one of the doors around the back side of the building. So while we're riding around, the business owner gets a call from the employee, and we immediately stop what we were doing and head back to the job site.
So we're headed back to the first job now. We had an incident. My dad, the back door was already cracked. He was pressure washing. Some made the glass actually shatter completely. So now we're gonna have to have one of those tough conversations that you're gonna have to have in business with your client and figure out how to fix it.
So step 1, whenever there's damage at a customer's property, is to diagnose whether or not you caused that damage. And this is the reason why we created the pre-inspection form within QuoteIQ, so that service providers using the app could document any pre-existing damage at the property before any work had been done, eliminating any liability to the company performing the work, because if you're able to prove that the damage was done prior to the cleaning, then you can't be held liable. In this instance, however, there had been no documentation of previous damage, so in order for us to get down to the bottom of it, we had to speak with one of the tenants at the property. Luckily for them, the damage had occurred prior to the cleaning being done. Now, the cleaning may have exacerbated the issue a little bit. However, because one of the tenants at the property was able to confirm that the damage had happened prior, they knew that they would not be held completely liable for it. Now, a lot of service providers would stop here, because what comes next is probably the most uncomfortable part of the entire process, and that is to contact the owner of the property and speak to them directly about the issue.
Like I said, I just wanted to inform you. I think the lady told me that she knew already.
As I mentioned before, this is why you want to take measures to protect yourself on the front end. However, in this instance, the owner of the property also acknowledged that the damage had occurred prior to the cleaning and that it wasn't the painting company's fault.
Yeah, it's not a big, it's no biggie. I just need to find who would replace or put that glass in. And yeah, that's no big issue.
So if you ever break something at someone's property, diagnose first if it was pre-existing or not, have measures in place to document pre-existing damage before the cleaning, and even if you're unsure, immediately contact the homeowner, no matter how uncomfortable it may be, and explain the situation in order to get out in front of it and get the issue resolved as quickly as possible. Now, Mike was telling me about a similar situation that happened with the company that was cleaning his house. I believe it was a newer company that he was using, and after one of the first couple cleanings, Mike went into his office to find a Lego set that his kids had put together on the floor in 100 different pieces. Now, this Lego set was built years ago, and his kids don't go into his office, and there's basically no way that it could have been broken other than the cleaning company. However, when Mike reached out to the owner of the business, she swore to him that it wasn't one of her employees, because she had done a complete walkthrough of the house prior to them leaving. Now, whether the business owner is lying or somehow it was Mike's fault that the Lego set got broken, we have to put into context the implications to the business. Instead of being apologetic and saying, yes, this could have been our fault, or I apologize, sir, how can we make this right? She immediately went on the defensive and said, there's no way that it could have possibly been us. So because she took this course of action, she lost a customer that she could have had for a very long time. If she would have reached out when the accident occurred and said, hey, Mr. Mike, I'm terribly sorry, but one of my employees accidentally knocked over your Lego set and now it's broken on the ground. What can I do to remedy the situation? There would have been a much different outcome. Mike would have probably said, I understand, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it. But instead, the Lego set now loses her a recurring customer that will never refer her business to anybody else and will probably tell everybody he knows about how the company broke a Lego set and lied about it. So moral of the story is to get out in front of these issues as early as possible in order to avoid any damage to your company's reputation. Also, to take preventative measures in order to ensure that you're not held liable for something that you didn't do. But if you make the mistake, you have to have the tough conversation. And that's going to be the word of the day. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below tough conversation and I'll hashtag you a real one. My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. Check out QuoteIQ. Check out How to Wash. And until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.